in the chat too.
Yes. All right. So we are live, at least for people who are replaying, and we're not quite live yet. So hello to anyone who is replaying this. We're going to interview Lisa in a few minutes here. And let's see, we're waiting for it to go live. Right before we went live, Lisa and I were having a really happy conversation about losing our grandparents. So we thought we would just hype each other up.
Yes. About talking about how people are aging and our loved ones are aging.
Exactly. The impermanence, how everyone's going to die. I mean, it was a really...
And we have to live through it.
Yeah.
If we don't die first.
Exactly. Really uplifting conversation.
Yeah. Friday, let's get the Friday party started. Death.
Love it. And I mean, honestly, I feel like it's kind of fitting that that's the intro to you, because you of all people have one of the best sense of humor. It's like the number one reason why I watch your channel, because I feel like you and I don't have very many books in common. In fact, we may be fairly opposite on things. However,
I'm starting.
I know. You're getting there.
I'm starting
Although I did. Okay. So I read the monster book that you recommended to me, and I hated it.
I'm just going to kill myself. Harvey likes that. I'm just gonna go kill myself. Which one? Tarnished by the Troll?
No, it was the troll. It was the troll one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go kill myself. Why did you hate it?
I couldn't.
It was start live with me. You were telling me you hate my favorite book.
Listen, we started talking about death, so now we're talking about
a roasting session. It's not even like get to know me session.
Listen, what I was trying to say was that I watch your channel because of your personality, not necessarily book recommendations. It's fine. I feel like that's saying a lot.
Just invite the guest, but just insult her reading taste.
I told you to be prepared.
Yeah.
So anyone watching.
Honestly, every time I give a book recommendation to like one of my friends, like I just know that they'll hate it.
I know, it's the saddest thing. Hey, Monica, what's up, Carolina? I know. Okay, so Monica recommended a book to me too.
Okay. I thought she said that she read something of mine, and then she hated it. I was like, so everybody's just ganging up on me, just hating me. Okay, I should go delete the channel after this.
Welcome to my channel.
Yeah, it's the burn channel, or you just like light everybody on fire.
Only you. I feel like you set yourself up for it.
I guess.
Anyway, what I was going to say is that you have this amazing kind of like self-deprecating dark sense of humor that I am obsessed with. It is my favorite thing in the world.
Low self-esteem and wanting to die most of the time. It's my motto.
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe if you want to keep seeing suicidal tendencies.
That is Lisa, everybody. Her information is linked down below, but not only because I wanted to talk to you, but I also, if somehow people don't know who you are or aren't already subscribed to you, hopefully they will after this, despite this intro, I guess.
Yeah, I know. Subscribe to me if you don't like my book recommendations. Check it out.
It's fine. But I was trying to think of how you and I like met or started talking, and I think we were on a live with Jessica, right? I think we met through Jessica, and it was either a reading sprint or one of her like question things where she had a bunch of romance booktubers on. I can't remember which one it was, but I remember doing a reading sprint with you, and I was like, I love your personality. First of all, I distinctly remember you popped on because it was one of my first live streams. So I'm like, did my hair and makeup all perfect and like lighting all perfect and everything. You pop on and you're like wearing a robe.
Was that?
And I'm like sitting there trying to be, I'm like, okay, we're on Jess's channel. She's got a lot of subscribers. Like, I got him. And you pop on and you're like, weird angle.
Was I on a bed? At one of them, I was on a bed. And like Jessica was just like, please, like, get your stuff together.
But I immediately fell in love with you, so it's fine.
Yeah, I felt like we had a good connection. Like I guess we weren't really talking on the live because we were always shy on the live first until like we like it quieted down, and then we threw our comments in there, and we said, okay, we did our part, and now we can like log off.
Yeah.
You unmute yourself and you say something, you mute yourself back, and then you can say that you participated in the meeting.
Exactly. Check box. It's good.
Done.
All right. So let's start with introduction. So tell me about yourself, where everyone can find you, and all of that stuff.
Yeah, I hate introducing myself.
I know,
like,
it's
everywhere.
the worst. I'm sorry. You're gonna hate so many questions in this, but
no, sorry. I mean, like, I won't hate it. I just don't know where to start. Like, okay, so hi everybody. My name is Lisa. I am a romance reader like Brie, but I don't read the books that she reads, but I tried to, and she ended up hating my recommendation, but it's okay. I read a lot of contemporary romances. I'm more known for my historical romance recommendations, and what else do you want to know about me? Like, I don't know.
Where can people find you online?
Okay, you can find me at RemarkablyLisa. There. Yeah, that's the handle for me. I hate saying
for Instagram and YouTube are your main ones.
Yes, it's the main ones. Yes.
And Goodreads, of course.
Yes.
I think, do I have your link tree? Yeah, I have your link tree listed down below. So anything that you have on your link tree is there. I don't know.
How LinkedIn, and I was like, okay, nope.
That's creepy. I wouldn't do it.
All right. Follow me on LinkedIn for career updates.
That would be really, really awkward if I did that. Yeah, okay, so what is your booktube/bookstagram origin story? Now, these are two different ones, so you can tell me both of your origin stories.
Yeah, with my booktube, it's like the same origin story as like Lacey, I feel like, because what happened is that Lacey from Lacey Book Lovers and I and Jess from Peace Love Books XL were all Instagram friends first, and then Jessica has her YouTube channel, and then me and Lacey were talking about like, wouldn't it be fun to like do a YouTube channel too? And then Lacey was like, oh, I want to do one. And then this was like, I remember vividly, like at lunchtime, I was like texting her and going like, maybe I'll just start one too. And then Lacey did her channel, set it all up, and then that evening I went home and I set up my YouTube channel. And then I was like, okay, it's time to be narcissistic and to talk about myself and to talk about my books, and then just like talk about like, and then have that belief that everybody will fall in love with me and just watch me endlessly. But in reality, it's just like, like I'm just like whatever. But like, so,
listen, I fell in love with you and I watch you. So
oh, thank you. But it's like that continued narcissism that every time I upload a video where I'm like, people will love me. This is the video where
this is the one.
This is the one. After 365 videos, this is the one. And it's like performing 10 out of 10 on my YouTube studio. I'm like, yes.
Everything's red, arrows down.
Yeah, like YouTube's telling me I'm actually losing hours of like watch time. And I'm like, thank you. And then I guess like my bookstagram story is that I hated Instagram. When Instagram was starting to like get big, I was just like, I hate this, because it was the personal Instagram era where everybody was just like uploading pictures of themselves, doing peace signs and like stars with peace signs. And I was like,
with all the filters. Remember all the Instagram filters?
Yes. Cut the cameras. This is so boring. And then I went on to the feed, like the Explore tab or whatever they had back then on Instagram. And then I saw somebody like pop up with a picture of a book. And it didn't occur to me that people take pictures of books.
Right. And not just themselves.
Yeah. So I was just like, wait, there's like this whole world where we can talk about books on Instagram. And then I started researching the hashtags. And then I was like, oh my God, I can make pretty pictures of books. This could be another way that I can talk about books, because before Bookstagram, I really tried really hard starting a Tumblr focused on books.
Wow, Tumblr.
I know. I was making edits. I was making GIFs of book things, and I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna take off. It took off nowhere, but like,
listen, your Bookstagram took off.
It took off, and then it gave up. But like. But like, I was like, yes, this is where I'm gonna go. Like, this is what I'm gonna do. And then that was the story of Bookstagram. And then I was like, And then my main goal was to get an ARC, like a physical ARC. I was just like, this is what I want. This is when I know I made it. Because I would see all these American readers just having these physical ARCs and these PR packages. And then I was like researching ways to connect with the publishers in Canada and like trying to get on their influencer list. And then I was like telling myself, like, I gotta get like bigger, because if I get bigger, then I could get more books for free. You know, tables have turned.
You're like overwhelmed by it, I bet.
No, tables have turned.
Aren't you getting a bunch?
No, I stopped. Like I stopped.
Oh, really?
And like I stopped. Well, you know, like when the influencer newsletters come. Okay, first of all, it's like I stopped during COVID because they stopped during COVID. Like they didn't want to send out books. They wanted to switch to NetGalleys, and I was like, fine, that's okay. So then I just continued to contribute to the economy and the GDP growth, and then like bought it myself. And then I got lazy with the contacting people for like, hey, can you just send me a book? Because like I'm just like, I can just buy it myself. And then so then now the influencer list changed where like the books that they're giving us are not the popular ones, and it's like the, you know, the historical ones, like the boring historical ones. And then I'm like, I don't want these. But yes, I did get a lot in the beginning, and then it was overwhelming, and I just have so many of those like books I ended up donating, and I felt really bad for it, because I was just like, I don't need these books.
That would be my worry, I think, and that's why I don't do a lot of ARCs, is because I'm afraid I won't get to it, and or I won't like it because I'm forcing myself to read it. So I'm pretty picky about ARCs. It gives me too much stress.
Yeah. That's why I also stopped too as well, because I feel like I owe something and I'm not doing it.
Right, exactly. Okay. What type of content do you make? So on Instagram and on YouTube, like the type of videos, type of pictures that you take, like, and maybe not just type of pictures, but the type of captions that you write. Do you just do reviews, or do you do like personal stuff?
Yeah. So for Instagram, I used to try really hard, like I mentioned, do like artistic shots. I'll go on Pinterest, look at like fashion photography for inspiration of how to like present the book in a new, interesting way. But then somewhere along the way, like I just kind of lost interest, and I just kind of just like a part of me just didn't want to like use too much time and effort on Instagram anymore.
Takes a lot of time.
Especially since the algorithm changed, and now they're promoting more reels than static photos. And I don't make reels. I don't make TikToks, mostly because I feel like it's just too time consuming, and it never turns out the way that I want it to turn out. And I don't want to spend time on my laptop editing a 15-second video. But I also don't want to spend a minute editing on my phone. So I'd rather just watch it myself and just contribute to supporting other creators than to contribute content. And then so now I just do like flat lays of like book covers, because I'm just like, this is the book. These are the books I'm reading, or these are the books that I want to read, and call it a day, just to stay relevant in the book community. But it's not like my number one priority anymore. Like I don't update it that often. I don't really do much with it. It's kind of sad, but it's also kind of like the life cycle of a social media platform sometimes.
It's true. Well, and also people get burnout. Burnout is real. What's up? Thanks for
you like put time in things that make you, that makes more sense. And that was like my YouTube, like put more time in YouTube, because in YouTube you can like you can have more time to speak, and you can do the things that you want to do. And then on YouTube, the content I make is just random videos of me insulting books and like just random genres that I'm reading, and just hating every single book. And then me going like, okay, we're done with reading the random genres. Let's do the recommendation videos, because like those are like the clickbaits, like that would say. Not clickbaits, but like in a bad way, but like in a good way. Like that's that's the video that everybody gravitates towards, even though sometimes recommendation videos are very like hard to make, because you're just like constantly thinking like, okay, which one should I?
You have to remember the details of every book, especially if you're doing specific tropes.
You have to research, you have to read the reviews and remember, and then and then if you don't have enough books for a video, you have to put a hold on it, and then you have to like wait for more books that you've read in order to, and then
Yeah, because there are some tropes that I love, and books that I love for those tropes, but there's not enough that I can recommend. I mean, there's plenty of books that have it, but ones that I actually really like is a different story. Like if I'm going to recommend a book, I want to really, really love it. It has to be 5 stars, maybe 4, depending on why I gave it 4 stars. So it has to be pretty highly rated for me to give a rec. What do you do for a living? I'm curious if you're going to answer this the way you told me you were going to.
Wait, how was I going to answer? Like,
you said something
I said a piece of shit or something like that? Like,
something like that.
Yeah.
You gave several.
I don't even know what I said. I wanted to be a housewife. Like, honestly, oh my God.
Yes, that was one.
I made a joke about being a housewife to like my male colleague today, and he did not appreciate it because he was just like, no, like you should always pursue your career, you should work hard, you should do that. And I'm like, it's tiring though. Like I just want to like lay down sometimes.
I just want to marry rich. Like
I want to marry rich, but then I see all these TikToks where it's telling me like, no, you can't marry rich because what happens if he leaves you and then you have like no skills, no money. And I'm like, okay, I can't marry rich. I have to own like an Etsy shop or do something for a side hustle. So when he leaves me for a younger woman, I at least have some skills. Like I could crochet or something. I don't know. Like I'm thinking like that. But anyways, real answer is that I am an analyst for a major stock exchange in the United States. So I work for an American company. And then what I essentially do is that I analyze my clients. My clients are stocks. They're companies that trade on the stock exchange. And then I analyze those stocks. And then I'm constantly reading CNBC. I'm not watching CNBC because I'm just too bored with that. Like I just don't want noise in the background, but I'm constantly reading CNBC, Wall Street Journal, catching up on the latest economic news that's happening, and then anything relevant in the sectors that I'm covering. So like if it's like the financial sector or the real estate sector, like I'm having to update the information to my clients and giving them, you know, timely event news of what could be impacting their stock. And then I do my stuff on the side that is like reports and things like that I have to push out for my clients. So yeah,
is that what you went to school for?
I went to school for accounting. So this is more finance related. And then, but I felt like I always had more interest in finance than accounting because like finance deals with like economic events. And then it deals with like behavior of investors. And it's really interesting for me at least, to think about how one decision one person makes can trickle down and impact all these other several things. Like, you know, it's really interesting, like with just what's happening in the United States right now. I'm not going to go deeper in detail, but you know, the US dollar is really strong right now, guys, but like that's impacting really poorly to these emerging markets, like these developing countries, because they use the US dollar as their reserve, and and their money's worth less compared to US dollars. So I'm like thinking about like all these things and how it impacts the global economy, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty interesting. Am I stressed? Yes.
I was just gonna. That was gonna be my follow-up question. That sounds incredibly stressful.
I'm like, yeah, it's extremely stressful because I start at like 8:30 in the morning, but like sometimes you have to start earlier because like you just need time to digest the news that's gonna hit the tape, like it's gonna hit, and then the markets open at 9:30, and then they don't close until 4. So basically, you're looking at the screen and you're seeing these flashing lights, and it's just like telling you like, okay, you know, your stock is down 10%, and you have to figure out why your stock is down 10%. And you're just like looking at all these like different things that are hitting, and you're just trying to stay competitive with your client, and you're giving them information. And yeah.
Oh my gosh. So you're like the she-wolf of Wall Street is what you're saying. I haven't seen The Wolf of Wall Street, so I don't actually know. I haven't
even watched The Wolf of Wall Street, and I like when I think, like I feel like I should, like when I like look at like those financial movies, like American Cycle is like the guy is like, I don't know, I think on Wall Street or something, or like when I watch I didn't watch it, but like Margin Call or The Big Short, and which is like dealing with the 2008 financial crisis. I was like, I feel like I should watch those because those are really easy ways to understand the financial crises that did happen in the US. But like I just don't.
Does it hit too close to home? Like you wouldn't be able to?
I think it would make me like pause the movie and start writing notes because I'd be like, okay, I gotta remember this.
Right.
But like I feel like I'm still a baby. Like I've been working at the company for like close to 2 years. There's still a lot of things to learn. And then it's just like I'm learning from these people who've been working here for like 10, 15 years. And it's amazing. It's incredible to like learn from all these things. But it's like definitely very challenging when it becomes like an imposter syndrome thing, because I'm just like, oh, I'm an idiot. Like I don't even know any of this. Exactly. But anyways, yes, incredibly incredibly stressful at some times, very fast paced, and very tiring.
Mm-hmm. So when you first started telling me about your job, I was thinking, man, she's so creative. It's very surprising to me that you aren't doing something more creative. But then the more you described it, I was like, oh, you have to use a lot of creativity for that. Like that's critical thinking and creativity.
Okay. Yeah. I guess it's creative writing most of the time though. It's also like trying to like figure out how to like properly phrase something so the client understands like what you're trying to say. And then like you're just like, but if I keep saying the same sentence over and over again, this client's never gonna read my email. Like they're just gonna feel like this is boring. You've been saying this so many times. And I'll be like, oh. So yes, it is creative writing in a sense. Yeah.
All right. What did you want to do growing up?
I wanted to be an author because I really liked writing books, like short stories. And then but then I also wanted a pair of Louboutins. I remember like I just remember wanting to be like this boss ass bitch and like own a pair of Louboutins and just like saunter in like those buildings, like those revolving doors, and just be like, that's me. And I kind of wanted to be a lawyer because I was reading a lot of these romance novels involving these like heroines who are lawyers, and I was like, oh my god, that's me. And then in Canada, you have to do your undergrad first before you go into law school. And then I did my undergrad in accounting my first year. I was like, fuck that. I'm not becoming a lawyer. I can't. My GPA is too low. Like, this is garbage. I should have picked like an easier major. Like, but I picked like freaking accounting, and I'm like, I don't even know a balance sheet. Like, what is this? And then like my stuff won't balance, and then I freak out. And then, anyways, so the law school dream went out the door, and I went for the next best thing, I guess.
So we have a good question here. Does BookTube feed the creative side of your brain after such a highly analytical day job?
Yeah, like sometimes if I have time, like I think about like ideas of like videos that I want to film, and then that's like my motivation to get through the week because I can't film after work. So then I just like write down the ideas, and I'm just like, oh my god, I just want this week to end so I could film a video. Yeah. So it does.
Oh, that's nice. All right. What is the very first thing you typically do in the morning and the very last thing you do at night?
I watch TikToks.
So it's not reading. It's just both for day and night.
Yeah, I'm not a booktuber. I just watch TikTok. I watch TikToks until I can like wake up, and like they better be like the talking ones. I don't want the aesthetic.
What's anesthetic?
Like, I don't even know what that is. Okay, I don't want aesthetic like girly shots. Like I want like hard hitting funny jokes or like the news TikToks. And then when I go to sleep, I want the haha, like I'm laughing so loud that like the whole house hears.
Does your algorithm adjust to that? Like in the morning you get the hard hitting stuff, and then in the evenings all of a sudden it's funny. Does it adjust to your schedule?
No, it doesn't, I guess, because like I'm scrolling forever and I can't find like the really funny ones. I get like the corporate meme ones, and I'm like, yeah, I get that.
Relatable. What's your favorite restaurant and your go-to order there?
My favorite restaurant. Okay, like I have a lot of restaurants that I go to, but they're not my favorite because they're just equally like good. Like it just depends on my food preference. But I recently went back to one of these chains of restaurants in Canada that is known for really cheap food. Like the food used to be $5. Like everything on the menu was $5, like $5. Like burgers, tacos, like, and the drinks, like the shots are like $4, and like the drinks themselves are under $10. So you can get good. You're good. You're good for banging on a budget. That's what we're going for. So like it's a college thing, right? So like all the university students go there because they're poor and they need to go there. So when I graduated, I moved away from that area just because I'm not going to school in that area anymore. And I'm working in the financial district, and I would not go there. And then I'm like, that's like college stuff. Like we go fine dining now, ladies. But the fine dining, no, the fine dining is literally like just a bar, but more expensive. Anyway, so I recently got forced to go back to the bar, and I'm like, why are we going back here? Like this is college area people. But then my colleagues were like, no, we need to save money. So we were like, okay. And I love it. Like, I remember the good times of why I went back. $4 shots. Hello. I got 4. 1 shot for each client call I did.
Oh my God.
Like, oh, but they're juice. They're juice. So it's fine. It's fine.
So what's your favorite order there then?
Applejack for shots, and then burgers and fingers and fries. Just a simple, like, you got to get the carbs in so that you can continue.
So wait, you get a burger, fingers and fries and shots?
Yes.
When you go there?
Yeah, they're small portions, kind of, not really, but like, yeah.
I love it, and I'm jealous. All right, we need your phone, so go into your music app and tell me your most played songs recently.
How do I tell my most played songs on Spotify?
That's a great question. I don't know.
Okay, so
I guess you could just from the top of your head.
From the top of my head, the songs I've been listening to the most right now is some old songs. So Move By Yourself by Donovan Frankenreader.
I don't know that song.
Yeah, it's an indie song. Should I like pick like a different?
No, whatever you're listening to, because there might be people out here just like with Zay. They're gonna make a playlist of Lisa songs.
Okay. And then I listen to boy groups, and like there's this American boy group. I know American boy groups. It's not One Direction, but it's Why Don't We and How Do You Love Somebody and their other song Love Back. And
is it like boy bandy?
They are okay. So How Do You Love Somebody is more like, you know, like how Olivia Rodrigo did the whole like teenage rock angst genre, like she revived it. So Why Don't We try to do that? And I liked it. And then Love Back is more poppy, but it still slaps. Like it's still good. And then the boys, like the boys are young. They're young. They're like 20 something. Like,
oh really?
Under 25, but they're cute. But I'm not sexualizing them. But I'm just saying, like they're good looking. Yeah.
Yay! What's up, Deja?
Hola.
I'm so glad that you're here. Okay. Any more you want to add to your Lisa playlist?
Yeah, well, I went to a Cape, so I took 2 days off at work to go to a concert because, like, I need 1 day to go to the concert.
The next day to recover.
And yeah, it was like the concert was at night, and I just didn't want to book time off. Like, I didn't want to leave early in the office and tell my manager I need to go to a concert. Like, I gotta leave 3 hours early. He's gonna be like, "What are you talking about? Come back here." And I'm like, okay. So I had to like take the time off, and then I never told him what I was doing because you don't have to, you know, we're strong independent ladies. We don't need to tell anybody anything. But I love my manager, and my manager was just like, "Any plans?" And I'm like, "I have to go see some boys." And he's just like,
okay. Never mind, don't tell me.
Yeah, he's just like he's like, "I don't want to know." Okay, we're gonna close Teams now. Good night, Lisa.
Away message.
Yeah. Offline.
Yeah. So which band did you see?
WEI. So WEI. And like they're such a small group, and I paid $100 extra, which is like to go high five them.
Oh, that's
and
so
to go take a photo with them. Like, they all stood in a line, and like the organizer was like, "You guys have to go quick. Nobody gets to stay longer for like 10 seconds." And like you literally high five them, and then you like get to sit in front of them in like a chair, and then like they stand behind you, and it's a photo. And it's
that's like, so cool. Why like, didn't I see the posted photo of you with them?
Because the organizer has the photo.
Oh, you don't have it yet?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm asking the organizer, when are you guys going to post it? And they're like, we're going to post a social media link for downloading. And I'm like, so everybody sees everybody's photo. Right. And then on top of that, like, you guys are never going to upload it in time. It's going to be like 6 months later. And then I see the photo. Yeah. So
it's probably exactly what's going to happen, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. We love fangirls.
The economy.
She is supporting the economy. Everybody.
Oh no, I was talking about the economy because like I was talking about my job recently. I'm like, the economy. Economic turmoil right now happening. Yeah. The British pound is at its lowest in like over a decade. Okay, whatever. Past that.
All right. So we have several songs that you're going to name. These we can also add to the Lisa playlist. So song you would sing at karaoke, a song that gets you motivated, makes you cry, gives you butterflies, and will get you on the dance floor.
Okay.
So let's start with karaoke.
Oh my God, karaoke? Okay, let me think in my head karaoke, like which I can like just keep shouting to. Okay, I can't do karaoke first. Can I get a song that gets you motivated?
Yep.
One Republic. Forgot the name already. What the hell is that name? One Republic.
A motivating song by One Republic.
Okay, One Republic, Counting Stars, because there's a lyric that goes like we don't want to count dollars or something. We'll be counting stars.
Oh, and then we'll be
that's so motivational because I don't want to count money anymore. I just want to like live life. I don't want to stress over that stuff.
That is very on brand considering what you do for work.
I don't want to cry. I just want to live. A song that makes me cry. Okay, I'm going like backwards. I'm sorry. A song that makes me cry. I guess. A song that makes me cry. A song that makes me cry.
I don't have emotions.
Yeah, what's emotions? Like, okay, I guess it's gonna go like super like small, but like Whispers by Avalanche City. I used to listen to this song going to sleep. It used to put me to sleep, but it's a good song.
You would cry yourself to sleep, is what you're saying?
No, I mean, like it's a soft, slow song.
Okay.
And it's just very, I guess it's very sad. I never really paid attention to the lyrics, but it sounded sad. A song that gives butterflies. What is that supposed to mean? Like, is it supposed to
like you know what the butterfly, like the feeling you get in the beginning of a relationship kind of thing, like that, like catch your breath kind of feeling.
You have
in a good way.
I've never been in a relationship, so I don't know.
Okay, the feeling that a character gets in the beginning of a relationship in a romance novel.
In a romance, can I do Macklemore?
Sure.
Okay, so Macklemore, Good Old Days featuring Kesha, because there's like a lyric in that where like he says something about like falling in love and looking at the stars like laying on a futon, and like I always loved that lyric because I was just like, yo, that's so peaceful. Like thinking about falling in love and all you care about is just looking at the stars with the person that you like. So yes.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. A song that will get you on the dance floor. A song that will get me on the dance floor. A song that will get me on the dance floor. Let me think about a song that will get me on the dance floor. Right now, I'm listening to Lizzo, To Be Loved. Am I ready? And that definitely gets me hyped up. I'm like, yes.
I feel like Lizzo is a great answer for this question.
Yeah, definitely will make me dance. And then a song that I'll sing at karaoke, I guess I'll just do... I guess like if I do a K-pop song, I barely know. Like I don't know. I'm just making sounds. Like I can't even pronounce it, but like I know the sounds. Like I know the tones. But I guess EXO. Oh wait, Deja's here, right? EXO, Don't Go. That's my shit.
That's your karaoke song. Have you ever sang karaoke before? Have you ever done it in public or in a karaoke room?
No.
No, you haven't?
No. Why?
I was just wondering.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say something. I do it in the shower.
Yeah. Great acoustics in the shower.
Exactly. Amazing.
All right. Do you listen to podcasts?
No, I don't.
Okay, so we will skip that one because it is irrelevant. All right. YouTube watch history, last 5 videos.
Oh God.
Expose yourself. No cheating.
Do you watch TikToks?
Do I? Yes, I do.
Okay.
I avoid book talk though.
Yeah. I avoid it too. Don't worry. Do you know the trending sound? Let me tell you something. Like, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Yes. Because it was the guy who was falling off the.
Yeah. But then everybody started yelling. That was one of the videos. And then the other one was the UK economic crisis 2022 because I wanted to learn
Fascinating.
Because I wanted to learn why the British pound was so low. And then I started looking at, it was so dumb, technical market bottom. It's just looking at the charts and how to read the chart to like see when the bottom of the stock market is going to hit. And then I searched up, okay, we're going to go for the fun ones. How to say pho in Vietnamese. Is it pho or pho?
I've heard pho. I thought it was pho, right? Okay.
Or something like that. And then,
Oh, that makes me want some now.
So good. Oh, do you know the show Bad Hair Day on TLC?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's about like these people who suffer like these hair conditions that like need to go see like a specialist, and then I was watching a TikTok of this guy who had a really big like bulge growing on the side of his neck, and I really wanted to see him remove it. So I searched that up to go find the clip.
Is it one of the pimple popper?
Yeah, it's like similar, but it's not a pimple. It's just like it's just growing. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just a mass that's growing in his body. Yeah.
I can't watch those videos. I gives me the EBGBs.
I know.
I feel like it's happening to me.
I started watching it. I was like, why am I watching this? But then I started watching it and I can't stop. I have to watch him live a happy life.
I feel like 99% of TikTok is why am I watching this?
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. It was the last text message I sent. Okay.
Yeah.
Does she have a boyfriend?
So would you like to
pick a different one?
No, I mean, would you like to elaborate on that, or is it too?
Yes, I can, because
is this what it was? Lipoma? I forget.
Lipoma, yes, okay. That's what it was.
It's fascinating. Yes. So you're not alone. I love the gross videos.
Exactly. It's the gross one.
You're not alone.
It's because my colleague / work bestie was telling me how she's starting her Etsy shop. You see, got to get the Etsy shop in there. If you want to marry rich, you got to get the business in there.
What was the boyfriend question? Why did that have to do with it?
Oh, because she needed a model for her Etsy shop, and she had her sister model the clothes, and her sister is freaking gorgeous. And I'm just like, damn. And then I said, she's actually so pretty. But then I was like, but you are too, like, to my bestie, because I was like, I can't like just like hype up the sister and not hype up my friend. Like, I was like, what kind of friend am I? So then I asked, does she have a boyfriend? Because I'm like, she's so pretty. Like, I would assume that all the guys would follow her. But then she said, negative, she does not. So, yeah. But she's
good.
Like, yeah, she's focusing on med school anyways. So.
Oh, don't blame her.
Yeah.
Last thing that you Googled. I think if you just go to Google and you like click into it, it'll show you.
Okay, because I was lying on my bed watching TikToks before this live.
I feel like you shouldn't be able to explain yourself. Just tell us, and then.
Okay. Can lip filler explode? Yeah, because I saw this girl with extremely big lips. And like everybody in the comments are like roasting her, saying like, "Oh my god!" And then like she loves it, and she obviously gets lip filler. And one of her TikToks was like, "When the boy upsets you, but you use lip filler to make you happy again." And then I'm like, "But can it explode?" Like
you mean like can they fill it to the point where it bursts?
Yeah, like if the skin will. Like,
can you? Like, what's the answer? I want to know.
It says this is extremely rare and usually down to a lack of experience or qualifications in the clinic. But I'm telling you, this girl's lips were like half her face. So I feel like it can. I don't know, possibly.
But so you couldn't find the actual answer?
Oh, no. That's what it says. This is extremely rare. Could my lips burst? It happens in horror stories. Yeah.
It does.
Rare.
So scary.
Very rare.
I feel like it would just be uncomfortable. Like sometimes when people get lip filler, like the way they talk, I feel like it would just annoy me because I'm very sensitive about things. Like, and I think it would
her lips are just big, and I was just like, damn, you do you. Like literally, I'm not a judge. Like I get it.
All right, so I believe I gave you the definition of a JMO, just me or everyone. I think so. I'm pretty sure you asked me this. So a JMO is a just me or everyone. So something that you do or think or wonder, is it just me or does everyone think this?
Oh, okay. So anytime a very embarrassing situation that I remember in my head on repeat, like throughout the day, throughout the week, whatever happened that day or that week, I just say, and it's gonna get dark, but like I just say, I just want to kill myself. And then and then it zaps it away. And then I immediately refocus back on my task. And I'm back at it, like we're there. But like but then it's bad because I keep overthinking about the different embarrassing things that I did or the cringe moments that I did. And then I start uttering it louder and louder in the office. And then like my colleagues who sit near me are going like, Lisa, it's not even 10 in the morning. And I'm like, I'm like, Jack, I literally just sent an email to my director and I'm cringing. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And like, I'm writing like a whole essay explaining to my boss. I'm like, I don't know. And then I just want to kill myself. Yeah.
You know
so
what?
Is it just me, or is it like everyone?
Answer in the comments, but I'm going to tell her in the chat, but I'm going to tell you, this happens to me, but it happens not necessarily even about things that just happened that week. Like I'll think of things years ago and it'll be replaying in my mind. And I'm like, oh my, and I know that I mutter things out loud. I don't know if it's like, I want to kill myself. I'm sure that has been something that I've said, but I'm just like, oh my God. Like I hear myself say it out loud and then like someone around me be like, what? I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, so...
But it, like, okay, it's gonna get even more darker. But like, I've evolutionized or whatever. Like, I just morphed into an even more like artsy person of like, I want to kill myself. I say alternatives are, I want to murder myself. Like, it just gets worse and worse. It's just like,
get more creative with the wording.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm gonna go stare at a wall or something. Like, just think about contemplating life right now. Like, but yeah.
No, it is not just you. It's definitely will fixate things on. Did I said about to kill myself personally? I mean, it could very well be just you. I know I have muttered things out loud.
I thought it was normal. My work bestie does the same, and that's how we bonded actually, because we were both cringing at the emails, and then we were just like, I want to kill myself, and then she's like, me too. And then, yeah. So yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's somewhat just you. All right, last photo you took on your phone.
I took a picture of a sunset.
Oh, that's very pretty. Is that on one of your walks that you went on?
Yeah, it's just outside my house though. So it's like the walk is like 2 steps. So like the other one, one. Can you see it? It's me choking myself.
Okay. Side note, for anyone who ever has the wonderful opportunity to message Lisa back and forth on Instagram or even text message, I would assume, you sometimes will get these amazing photos. I mean, it's just a great time all around.
It's a screenshot of me sending. Okay, so I sent a photo of me choking myself to my friend because I sent a message.
That's actually a really good photo of you.
Yeah, and I was like, I want to kill myself. And then he said to me, bro, laugh my ass off. You're too much, man. Sometimes I like message him. I'm like, I just want to kill myself. And he's like, he goes, dog, I'm just trying to chill. And I get like this message. And then I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. I can't, put my depression and emotions on other people. I have to go like, are you feeling okay right now? Okay. I want to kill myself.
Trigger warning.
Yeah, trigger warning. Suicide. Sometimes it's just like I look at my colleague and my colleague's like, Lisa, don't say it.
They know.
Yeah, they know it. Yeah.
They can sense it coming.
I'm gonna get reported.
I'm telling you, it's a great time. Highly recommend popping into Lisa's DM.
Chat with me.
If you want a great uplifting conversation.
I can motivate you.
Speaking of motivation, what's the best advice you've ever been given or have given someone else, or both?
Best advice you've ever been given? Or like, okay, what's the best advice? I think about best advice. Let me think about this. Best advice.
Don't kill yourself.
No, that's the worst advice. Like, don't tell me not to kill myself when I tell you I want to go kill myself. What's the best advice I ever gotten? It must have been something to do with my mentorship at work, where somebody told me that like, maybe like write down your accomplishments at work so that whenever you feel that you're an imposter and you have imposter syndrome, you have to look at all your achievements, like actual achievements of goals that you've hit. And you look back at it and you reflect of like how much you've grown from day one to like now, and then like have more confidence in yourself when you're doing your work. And I think that would apply for like anything that I do.
Everything, yeah. Any accomplishment, like personal or career or whatever, that's great advice, because then you have it tangibly there. Because I think a lot of times it goes out the window when one bad thing happens. We're like, we're horrible. Like I'm the worst person ever, and you forget.
Definitely. You sell yourself short on your accomplishments because you go like, oh, that's just my job. Like I have to do that. That's my job.
I feel like we should write them all down, send it to our besties, so that when we like talk to our besties and we're like complaining, have them send it to us. Because I feel like it also takes something to remember to look and see. So you need someone to be like, oh, here you go. Having a bad day. Here you go. Here's all the amazing things you've done.
Yeah.
I love that. It's great. All right. Grab your bag. Any bag. If it's a work bag, a purse, I want to know what is in your bag.
This is my bag. It's my
Is that your purse or your work bag?
My work bag. It's a laptop bag that I bought on Amazon. What do you want to know is in my bag?
I want everything. Take it all out.
Okay, so I think I want to show you this thing first.
Cute.
But wait, hold on. Okay, so basically the toilet paper at my work is just so harsh. You know what I'm saying? So I got the flushable wipes.
Nice. You know what? I used to buy my own toilet paper and bring it to work because the like 1-ply, 2-ply toilet paper was not doing it for me. And I would just buy a big thing, keep it under my desk.
Exactly. Oh, wait, that's smart. That's smart. But but I don't even use it. So I don't even know why it's in here because I never want to bring the bag.
I was going to say, you'll have to bring it.
Everybody will think everybody think I'm on that time of the month. I'm like, I'm not. Anyways.
Although when you bring your own toilet paper, then everyone gets to use it. Whoever uses the bathroom, because I like keep it in there. Like anyone uses it. So then it actually had become a thing where all of my coworkers, like we would restock the toilet paper because we like.
That's so sad to think.
I know. I know that we had to buy our own toilet paper.
Our quality of life has drastically improved just from that one thing. Like it's actually something important to address. Exactly. It's not even a joke. Like it's actually like. It's like one of the things that stops me from going to work because I'm just like
toilet paper.
Yeah, I have to think about it. I'm like, oh my god, it's just awful. Okay, what else do you want to know? Like an old water
everything.
bottle.
I want to know everything. Yes,
a mouse
take
pad.
It all out.
This is my mouse pad. My colleagues go like, oh, that's cute. A notepad, a notebook.
So do you actually like take that mouse pad out and use it, or does it just sit in your bag?
Yeah, I bring my portable mouse with me, so then I can use it. Because like right now it's working from home, but like hybrid, so you don't have a desk. You just bring everything with you. Another notepad to write notes. A book because I found myself watching too much TikToks. And then I was like, yo, I need to stop because I
want to be productive.
Charging cables because I gotta charge the phone. Got some headphones. Got
wired headphones. Look at you.
Because my laptop, when people call me, I gotta like plug it in because I don't like the wireless stuff. I don't trust it.
That's true.
A thing with coffee inside that I need to pour out. It's been in there for like
I was gonna say, how long has it?
A day and a half. Like, come on. We got some old gum.
What flavor? Is that watermelon?
Yeah, it's Trident watermelon. I don't like it because I want minty stuff. I don't know why.
I know. Who gets sweet gum anymore?
Glasses case, my security badge that I sometimes lose, and I'm like, oh no. Perel.
But it's just lost in your bag.
Yeah. That's basically it. That's my bag. And my laptop.
I love it. I'm proud of you for having it right there. Okay, we're going to move on to bookish questions.
Yes.
So, your romance reading origin story. How did you start reading romance? How'd you get into it?
Yeah, so basically something tipped over and I'm like, it better not spill because there's a cup on the floor and there's tea in it, but then I was just like too lazy to take it downstairs. Anyways, long story short.
So you're like, let's just let it marinate for a little while.
Well, it didn't spill, so like, okay. Basically, I was like a brat when I was young, and I didn't want to read books because in TV shows they were saying like nerds only read books, and I was like, I'm not a nerd, I'm a popular girl. But then my cousin was like, Lisa, you need to try reading, and I'm like, that's lame. And then she took me to the library. She basically encouraged me to read middle grade novels, and then I graduated to YA, and then I started realizing that I like YA romance. And then my cousin was like, you're getting to that reading level now that you can probably start trying out adult fiction. And I was like, I don't know, like it's kind of hard. And then she introduced me to some romance novels that she was reading, and then I fell in love with romance, and it was like that. And she
remember
she graduated me into historical romance afterwards too. So she literally exposed me to everything. Yeah.
Do you remember your first adult romance book?
Sorry, my nose. But it's probably Sophie Kinsella, and it's probably like one of her Shopaholic series. It's probably Shopaholic. And then I watched the movie afterwards, and then I was like, this is two different things. Okay.
As they normally are.
Yeah, but I was like, I liked it because Hugh Dancy, I don't know if you know Hugh Dancy, British men, just nothing wrong with them. But so yeah, so went with it. Yeah.
I love it. All right, what would your ideal in real life meet cute be?
Honestly, like I'm so lazy. Like I want to be in the office. That's how lazy I am. Because like
office romance.
Like I spend so much time at the office. I might as well find my husband there. But like preferably like maybe in a different department or like in a different like, you know, like floor or something so we could separate some stuff so it doesn't get awkward.
Give me a scenario. How do you meet? Do you get stuck in an elevator? Do you fall down the stairs and he nurses you back to health?
I'll give you one. One. So like I was in the office and this cute boy, the cute boy was there and I was like, cool. And then like you push. Okay, so if you want to go to ground floor, it's like open for everyone. You do not need to scan your pass. But if you need to go to a different floor, obviously you have to scan your pass to gain access. And then I got flustered, but I wanted to go ground floor. I remember this. I got flustered. I saw him, and I was like, "Oh, you're cute." Got flustered, started scanning, and then I was like, "Wait a second, I'm going to ground floor, and I only have access to this one floor that I'm already on." And I was like, "I'm an idiot!" And then I just pressed the ground floor button, and then he was like, do I press the ground floor? Like, I don't know where she's going.
So your mistake has then confused him and it's a whole.
Yes. And then he turns to me. He goes like, sorry, are you just going to ground floor? And I'm like, and then I go, yes, I am. And then he goes like, yeah, I just got confused because I saw you scan your pass. And I'm like, yep, you did.
Thanks for calling me out.
And then we went into the elevator together. And I was like, this is it. And then when we got down, he was just like, bye. And I'm like, bye. And I just like left. And
then I feel like the follow-up to that is every other time that you see him, you're always doing something embarrassing.
He's like a unicorn, like this cute guy. I don't know where he went.
I feel like the next time you see him, you're going to do something embarrassing again. So he only ever sees you when you're doing embarrassing things. That is my hope.
Yeah. Like one time I had an office crush in a different job. And then he like, I was going into I was approaching the elevators, and then he like slapped me on my back and was like, hey, and like, good morning kind of thing. I know, aggressive, right? And I was like, oh, hey. And then the doors were closing and I was like, oh, I should probably try to save that for me and him. So I idiotically stuck my whole hand in there. And the doors just like shut on my arm. And I'm like, my arm. And then I ripped it out and the door shut. And then the guy looked at me and going like, you idiot. And I'm like, yo, it hurts.
Oh, that's so
I guess that's being cute. Like, just like stick my arm in there and just pull it out. But yeah.
I feel like you've lived many meet cutes.
I did. I had one that was really good. I don't know if you have time for this, but long story short, we were chasing a train together. So basically I saw like the platform changed for the train, and then I was like, oh my god, like I have to get it. Like I have to get on this train to go home. And the guy standing beside me was like, are you going on that like train too? And I'm like, yeah. And then he's like, how do we get to the train like platform? I'm like, I don't know, because like, there's so much construction. So me and him were sprinting through the whole like Union Station, like the whole Grand Station, like picture Grand Central Station in New York City, and we're just sprinting looking for an entrance to go to that platform. And when we ran up the stairs to go to the platform level, the doors were like closing for the train, and then he dove in and he ripped the doors open, and then he held it open and he's like, come in. And I was like, oh my god. And then
never to be seen again.
Never to be seen again. And then he like looked at me and he wanted to sit beside me, but then I was so freaking awkward. I sat somewhere random.
How long ago was this?
Like 4 years ago. So I never
saw him so again. Give it 6 more years and you're gonna see him again.
Yeah.
And then that you're gonna fall in love, and that's gonna be your romance. So just telling you, come see me in 6 more years. Let me know how you guys do.
6 more years? He's probably already married and divorced by then. But like,
that's fine. That's fine. That's how it works. It's a second chance romance.
For him. For me, it's like a first time. Like, yeah.
I'm actually. I need to add this to my list of questions because I love the idea of hearing people's like actual meet cutes.
Oh yeah, this is ideal. Oh my god. Okay, ideal meet cute. Yeah, office. he's like, I just see him, and I'm like, oh, he, and he goes, hey, what department are you in? I'm like, this department. He was like, okay, that's it. Like,
so ideal. I'm pretty sure your real life meet cutes like are more ideal than your ideal meet cute.
Those ones are spontaneous. They happen whenever God goes like, do it. It's your sign. Just do it. Why didn't you do it? And then she just watched me from like above. I was like,
yeah. I love that. I love those stories so freaking much. Okay, so using your favorite romance love interests, build your own love interest. So take pieces of your favorite love interests and build me the ideal.
Do I have to give you the specific character names or like no?
If you can remember them, but if not, just be like, there was this one character from, if you remember the novel, tell me, and then just say, I liked this about them. Okay.
So one of my favorite novels is Can You Keep a Secret by Sophie Kinsella. And then I remember me loving the hero so much, I changed my Tumblr username to his name because I was just like, I love him. But if I remember correctly, his name is Jack Harper. And I loved him so much was because he's very quiet and reserved and sophisticated, but he like helps the underdog in the story. Like he supports her and he like listens to her and he doesn't think that she's foolish when everybody else thinks that she's foolish when she makes choices in her life. He understands where she's coming from and the decisions she makes. So I want someone like that, like someone supportive. And then the other ones I can remember is like Lenora Bell's like heroes. Like they all have it, like they have different interests, like both of them, right? And then but he supports her interest. And what happened was that in this one book, the hero built her bookshelves because she has so many books and she had like a whole store, and then he built the bookshelves for her. And I was like, I want somebody to support my hobby like that too. Like, you know, thinks it's weird, but like go for it, you know, like supporting on the side. So I guess like it's the same thing. It's supportive. What the heck? Like
you just want someone who supports you.
Yeah, because like I make decisions and they don't make sense sometimes, even to me. And I just want somebody to go like, it's okay, you know?
In fact, I will help you.
Oh my God. You know, like the one thing that I really like about guys is like the one thing that gets me is when they're really smart, but very humble, but willing to teach you and not be braggy about it. And like, just like, just teach you. And then you're like, wow, you're so smart. And they go like, no, I'm not. And I'm like, oh my God, that's even more hot. Like, you don't even know how smart you are. Intelligence is so nice, but sharing the intelligence is hot. So, yeah.
I love that because I've heard, I mean, like, you know, I've heard the whole, like, they're really good at something. Either they're really good looking or they're really smart or they're really something, but they don't realize that they're very humble. But I like the idea of them sharing like the knowledge too. I love that.
I met some guys like that in my life, and I was like, "Oof, this is."
I'll have you know, my sister's husband built her bookshelves. Like he built floor-to-ceiling bookshelves throughout her entire room. It's so cute.
You see those TikToks where like the girls like have like the floor-to-ceiling like bookshelves? Oh wait, I think I've seen your stories, and I was like jealous because she has like a window bench, right, to sit on,
like one of the hanging chairs, and I think she even has a ladder now too. He built her little.
I saw that. It was so nice.
I know.
Yeah, I want that in my life. I want someone to build it for me because I'm not doing it myself. Like,
and he sized it so because she reads a bunch of historical romances, so she has a lot of paperbacks. So he sized it so she could have that.
What am I doing?
He's so sweet.
What am I doing? Oh my God. Okay.
They're out there. I'm telling you.
They're out there.
Whereas JT just built the bookshelves I bought from Walmart.
Yeah, but it's still something.
He built those. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right, your one true pairing.
Like in a romance novel.
The
only thing that comes to mind, I guess, is just my one true pairing. Let me think about that.
Like where it's maybe not just the hero that you love, but you love the heroine and or like hero and hero, heroine, whatever, but you love them together.
I'm so boring because it keeps going back to Can You Keep a Secret? Like I've read that book like maybe 5 times, and like normally I don't like this type of heroine who is just like messy a lot, but then like I see how she is messy, like her life is kind of like a little bit messy because essentially this character went through a lot of different jobs and she never really knew what kind of job she wanted to do and to pursue, while her other people around her were very ambitious and were able to achieve their career dreams very earlier on. And I think I related a lot to that insecurity because when I was when I was in university and when I was starting my career, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but everybody seemed to have a plan. And I felt like very out of place in my friend group. And then, but she was the underdog and she was like fighting for what she wanted. And then she ended up not becoming she used to be a wallflower. Like she let people step over her and step on her and things like that, even her parents. And then it was like through like the support of the love interest that she grew stronger and she stood up for herself. So yeah, that was really nice.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Again, supportive. We love it.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
What authors would attend your ideal book convention?
Okay, I want to see Lorraine Heath in person, the historical romance author. Lenora Bell, I want to meet her too, because I've had conversations with her and I like her. I've met Jenny Holiday, who is a contemporary romance author based out of Ontario, Canada, which is where I live, but she lives in a different city, so I normally don't see her. And then, who else? Maybe like Emily Henry, because I like her books. Yeah, and I feel like cool meeting her. And then Tessa Bailey seems really funny too as well.
She does.
I know her Instagram is just hilarious. Like I love it. Yeah, so those are like the few people that I would really pay my money to go watch, to go see.
I love it. What's your favorite genre outside of romance? I know you've tried a few different genres. You have reading blogs of you trying different genres.
Yeah. I like thrillers, the really twisted, creepy ones that like just flip on you and you didn't see the ending. I think those are the really good ones. And then I also like women's fiction, where it just deals with the character kind of just growing up and going through life and just going through like the same things. And yeah.
Last book you DNF'd and why?
Last book I DNF'd. Let me think about this. I think I'm about to DNF this one, and it's really disappointing because I've been reading this for like 5 days now, and that's really long. But where is it? On my library. Hidden Pictures by Jason Rekulak. It's a thriller novel. It's like very popular. It's getting.
I was gonna say, is it popular? Because I even recognize that title.
Yeah, it's popular. It's popular. I'm at 50%. I don't know what's happening, but like I'm like, it better not end this way, the way that I'm thinking of it. And I'm just like, it can't. Like thrillers are thrillers. Don't mix other genres in it, and then it just gets weird. So yeah, might DNF it.
Okay. Tell me about a fun how you met your book story.
What does that mean?
So a reason why you started reading a book, like an interesting story that, like how you stumbled upon a book. It can be difficult. Like this is kind of difficult, especially like for me. Like, I used to have a lot of really fun stories about how I found books, but now I like get all recommendations from like friends and BookTube and stuff. So you might have to go way back.
I mean, like the stuff that I search for on Amazon for Kindle books are just whack, like straight up like whack. Like you're just searching up like random like niches and things like that. But I think I don't know if you were. I think you were a part of I think you were part of it. But it was like your romance summer camp booktuber thing that you did with all the girls.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I think like Samantha and some other people were in a hotel room and they were like talking about Goodreads and they were looking through people's Goodreads and things like that. And then I just remember Samantha messaging me going, Lisa, please explain. Like, why did you read these books? And the books I hid from my activity on Goodreads because I didn't need people to look at it. But you can see it in my challenge because I read it and I was like, yeah, these count. I don't care, man. I went through it. So it was a joke, but it was like, I never talked about it because I was like, oh, this is going to be such a funny video to make on my BookTube channel. Like Lisa reads the weirdest books, but then I just couldn't put my name up there with these books because I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to lose everything. Like this is the end for me. So it was like a poo love story. Yes.
Wait.
The COVID-19 story where she fell in love with the COVID-19 virus. The author wrote a poo love story where
I feel like I heard of this one.
Yes.
I
saw the COVID-19 because everybody was making fun of the COVID-19
vaccine. Kissing coronavirus, right?
Kissing coronavirus or whatever. Yeah. And I was just like, how bad can it be? And I read that one, and then it recommended me to read the Pooh story. And I'm like, bro, like somebody fell in love with their Pooh.
I mean, at this point, how can you not? I know.
Yeah, exactly. And then I had to read it about how bad could the story be, and literally felt like the author was making fun of me because she was getting paid. While no, I'm not going to do it. Like, listen, you should read the book because it's just whack. Like,
that might be one that we might have to do a live reading.
It's only 20 pages, so yeah, you can do it. But like, it's like whack, man. It's whack. Like
maybe it's a members thing.
I took a screenshot and I kept showing my work colleague, like my work bestie, and she's like, "What are you reading?" And I'm like, "Bro, beats me. Think about this. It's her Pooh." Oh my god! Like,
oh my gosh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I try to like convince you that the Pooh is like a great hero. I'm like, bro.
No. What is a romance novel that is objectively really good that you didn't like?
Objectively really good that I didn't like. Okay, that's hard, but also like not hard because I feel like there's a lot of books out there that everybody loves and then I just freaking hate it for my own like reason. So I'm just like looking at my wall here going like, what do I think about this? I think objectively good, but like, what's a book that you liked? Then I probably won't like it. Just tell me. Just tell me.
We did read a Donut Shifters book.
A Donut Shifters book. Wait, yeah. What? Shifts it to a donut?
Yeah, sure do.
What? I think. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna pick one. I think The Spanish Love Deception by Alina.
I actually didn't love that one either. I mean, I liked it, but I didn't love it. But yeah, like, I know a lot of people do.
All its elements in there, but it just wasn't good in the end because there's just so much that overrode each other, and then I just didn't like it. But other people loved it, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. Didn't you not like The Hating Game? Do you like The Hating Game?
Yes, I didn't like The Hating Game, but I don't think it's objectively good. So
I mean, it's popular.
It's a popular novel, but I don't think it's objectively good. So like
yeah. And this, my friends, is where we differ.
Cut the cameras.
Cutting it here.
Did you watch the movie? Is the movie
yes,
good?
I loved the movie.
I don't want to watch the movie.
You might like the movie. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
Okay, so conversely, a book that most consider bad, but you really like.
It's all the books that I like. Like all the books that I like are literally under 2 stars, and I'm like telling people this is a great book. Don't look at the ratings, and they're like, "What are you talking about? It literally has a 2-star," and I'm like, "Bro." Yeah, I think like okay.
I know she doesn't like The Hating Game.
I know. I'm sorry. It's like basically like all these like women's fiction like books involving girls on Wall Street that always get like the stupidest ratings. They always get like a 2 point something, a 3.4. It's just like stupid, but I always give it a 5 out of 5. And one of them that I finished recently was Opening Bell by Maureen Sherry. And what I really like about these fictional novels is that they're written by girls who were actually like directors and VPs on Wall Street. So they literally know what they're talking about. And
right.
Like, so people thought that her book was really bad, but like I freaking adored it.
Well, I feel like it's probably also a niche thing. So there's probably not many women like you out there who do what you do. Who also read. Yes.
Everything. Exactly. Not just like their specific thing. Yeah. So I guess because like the content and like the words that they're using, like Opening Bell, like she spelled it Belle, the name of the girl, but Opening Bell is the start of the markets. So it's like a play on words for every chapter. And I like looked through it and I was like, oh, this makes sense. This is so funny. But like, I guess, yeah, it's very niche.
Yeah.
Very niche.
All right. What is the most taboo or dark book you've ever read?
Okay, you know, Kay, what the hell is her name?
Webster?
Kay Webster. Okay, you know, The Wild.
Oh, is that the sibling one? Or the dad and the...
Both. I just loved it. It was just so bad. It was so bad.
I can't bring myself to read it.
What? You don't want to read it?
No, I don't think I could. But that's the most taboo one that you've read?
The second one, like the Wild. I think the second one's called the Wild. No, wait, is the second one called the Wild? Or
I think I think that's the first one. I don't know fully.
K. Webster. Let me search it up.
Didn't Jess read that in her like Taboo reading blog at one point? I feel like that was one, or her banned books.
Okay, probably. Okay, The Wild I didn't like as much as The Free. So The Free started out as like a normal relationship romance, and then it quickly spiraled down when we realized that they were related. And then he was like, I know my genetic pool is like really bad, and then like our baby is gonna be messed, but I can't. I love her so much, and I was just sitting there like literally like, what is this? Don't worry, I gave it a bad rating, but I was addicted in reading this garbage, like this.
I know some of them that are like just so super dark or taboo or something, like you may not necessarily enjoy it, but you also can't stop reading it.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, how are we going to end this? Like, how is this possibly going to come together?
I'm like talking to myself, like, yeah, like Jennifer Hartman, I think she writes dark taboo ones.
Dark.
And it deals with a lot of like sexual abuse, and I'm like, why are we?
But they're good. I mean, the couple that I read by Jennifer Hartman, I really liked.
It's like, yeah, it's like they're different elements that you like. For me, apparently, is mixing the same genetic pool or something. I don't know. It's bad, but like I'll continue reading it. Like, can I give it a 2 stars? Yes, but I still would talk about it.
So a few authors whose entire backlists you read, if you have a few.
Lenora Bell, Lorraine Heath, Sophie Kinsella, and Emily Henry, because that's easy. It's only 3 books.
She's only got 3. Yep.
Christina Lauren, I read all of them now.
Really? You've read all of them? Even her
wait, that's a freaking joke. I just lied to your face.
I was going to say, I didn't think that you liked...
The Wild and Fun, Flirty, whatever those series, like the one after...
Oh, you haven't read those?
No, I haven't read those.
Those were like the only ones I liked.
Oh, okay.
Like Sweet Filthy Boy, like that.
They're just so old now and so irrelevant.
No, but it's so good. I mean, I think it's good, so you'll probably hate it. So never mind.
I don't know. I don't know what they're about. Are they brothers?
No, they're friends. It's a friend group.
Oh, okay.
But the first one's really, really good. I loved it.
Most romantic.
Most romantic.
That's hard though.
And romantic can mean anything to you. It can differ between people.
I think like I keep remembering. Oh, Abby Jimenez. Is that how you say her last name? The Friend Zone. I think that was a book that was objectively good, but then I didn't like it. But then the reason why I didn't like it was the controversial reason of like, we know. But
I know.
I cut out that last part of the book and I just ripped it out and threw it into the fire. This would be the most romantic book I've ever read, because she dealt with like a lot of issues with her body, and he was there every step of the way and taking care of her. And I thought that was so romantic, and I was like, this is so sweet.
Have you read Real by Kennedy Ryan? Because if you like that caretaking element, you are going to love Real. Like it's emotional story, but because she has a chronic illness, and it's a very serious chronic illness, and she goes through some serious flare-ups, and the way he is so steadfast with her, and Cannon is one of my favorite heroes of all time, but he's just, because he's a little bit grumpy, but he's also extremely loyal, and it's so good. Highly recommend. And you need to vlog it. Thank you.
Nobody watches my vlogs.
I watch them.
I watch yours.
We watch each other's. So you're the one.
Literally.
All right. Romance that made you cry the most.
Cry the most. Oh my God. It comes to mind, but it slipped my mind. Probably, I think Love and Other Words probably made me cry a lot. From
that one's intense.
Yeah, the ending. Any Colleen Hoover novel, it's just, I feel like it's just very dramatic, and it just makes you cry because it's very sad.
Yeah.
And then, I think that's like it for all the books recently that I can remember that made me cry. But I just cry randomly. Romance that made you laugh out loud.
Yeah, the opposite. Was it the poop romance?
It wasn't even funny, dude. It was just like
screenshotting. It was serious.
Like, I mean, it was seriously bad, but like it was just like It was like, what is this? Like, what am I reading here? But it was so entertaining.
See? Another person who watches your
Thank you
vlogs.
so much.
I'm telling you, people love your personality. You get to really see it in vlogs.
I mean, right. I get. Yeah, it's probably like a Megan Frampton historical romance novel that I read recently that made me laugh. But the books are not great. But I gave them really good ratings. But overall ratings are bad. And I tell people, like, don't ignore everybody. Just read like my recommendations. They're like, what? But yeah.
There are probably people out there who have similar feelings to you. A book you used to love, but maybe reread recently and realized it wasn't that good.
Oh my God, I feel like it's all historical romance, but like literally like one of my favorites from Joanna Lindsay, I think it's like Say You Love Me. I thought I really loved it, and then I reread it again. I was like, why is this so boring?
Oh, it's so disappointing when that happens.
I know, and I think a part of me will die inside if like my favorite novel like just no longer applies to me anymore, and I'm like, why did I like this? Because it just means I matured, and I'm like, oh,
grew out of it.
What do you mean teenage angst I don't get anymore?
Okay, romance character who you relate to the most. Was it the one from the book that you
keep a secret? But I don't think I'm at that stage anymore where I'm like, yeah, I'm more of the like, I'm here, I'm gonna do my best and climb this corporate ladder and then do a backflip off of it.
I love it. I support it.
A character that I guess like, oh my God, I should have okay, character that I relate to the most. Okay, let me think. Wait, hold on. I need to remember her name. Lauren, what's that girl's name? That's like her okay, the author's name is
Lauren Lane.
Lauren Lane. Oh my God, you know me so well. What?
Because I remember I read one of her books, but then I read her one series, her newer series, because of you. Maybe it's
What's
not
the newer series that you read? Central Park Pact?
Yes. I read
that book because of you. Yes,
I read the first two, I think, and I like them both, but I know.
I was like,
that's the one.
I was like, please. I think like I relate to the girl from Lauren Lane's novel called Hot Asset.
I was going to say Hot Ass.
Yeah, Hot Ass. And it's part of a series called 21 Wall Street. Oh my freaking God, I'm a finance girl. And
you really are.
Girl is named Laura, and basically she's working at FBI, but she's doing financial crime, and she like is trying to take down. So she's convinced that our hero, the billionaire like portfolio manager, is like fabricating things and like stealing money and things like that, and she's convinced, and then they fall in love. So it's a love-hate relationship. Okay. But yeah, oh my God, I sound like a finance girl. Like, you know, those finance
bros. I mean, you kind of are. But I feel like you're more like I can handle you more than I could a finance bro.
Yeah. But keep in mind, I don't know what I'm talking about half the time, and I just want to.
You sound like you. You sound like you do. It's fine.
Steamiest romance novel that I've read, Jessica Kane. I've been rereading Jessica.
Oh my gosh.
She needs to come with more, guys. Like, I can't.
She comes out with them like every other week.
No, like there's been one like in the last like couple months. There was none. But like Truck Driver. Have you read Truck Driver?
I think I read that one. Yeah.
Girl, what? Like a waitress truck driver? I was like, yeah, get it. A ballerina and a hermit underneath the floor. Do me a favor or whatever. And she's like a ballerina, and I'm like, get it.
Those are super, super freaking steamy.
Yeah, those are good.
Good choice. All right. What have you reread from it?
I reread those like so many times. Like, oh my God, why am I like this? Nice. Yeah, that and Can You Keep a Secret? I reread that many times. It's probably due for a reread. And it's literally Casey Mint, Alexa Riley. I still reread them. And Jessica Kane, I reread a lot.
They're easy to reread though, because they're so quick.
Yeah.
And all right, 3 books you would take on a desert island with you.
3 books. Probably Can You Keep a Secret, because I keep talking about it. I still like it a lot. I'll honestly probably pick like 2 other Sophie Kinsella novels because they're just so funny. Mm-hmm. So I'll probably pick like The Undomestic Goddess by her and also Remember Me because I just remember like laughing out loud so many times in those 3 romances. Mm-hmm. And I feel like if I just keep rereading them, like maybe I won't go insane on this desert island. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be okay. Favorite romance subgenre? Mm-hmm. Historical romance, I guess.
Okay. Right? Yep, that makes sense. Yep. Yeah. What about tropes? Yeah,
enemies to lovers. I want them to hate.
Yes. Like, actual hatred to lovers. Yeah. Yes.
Friends to lovers, pass. In real life, friends to lover, yes. No enemies to lovers. I want the guy to be nice to me. But in my books, please hate me. Yeah.
Least favorite tropes.
Friends to lovers.
That's fair.
It's so boring. Like, where's the tension? Where's the heat?
I know. Oh, ideal page count.
330 or 325, like somewhere around that range. Anything over 400 for contemporary romances, you need to cut it down because it's just like too long. But let's say I listened to Lucy's score. I read Lucy's score and I liked her books, even though they were super long, like 500 pages.
Yeah, I know. There are certain authors who I'm okay with having such long books. And
I forget, did you like Mariana Zapata or no?
I love Mariana Zapata. Okay. Love her. How dare you?
There was somebody that gave away all her books because it was so long and boring. Oh, I'm so sorry.
How dare you?
Sorry, wrong person. I like series because I want to see more of them in romance novels where I can grow with the couple. But then standalones are also the go-to too, because you don't want to start a 12-book series sometimes. You just want to start with one. Yeah. And
I feel that. Perfect amount of books in a series.
Probably 5, 6, like 6, because anything that goes over 7, 8, I feel like you're just dragging on the story. This couple needs to retire at some point.
Especially if it follows the same couple, it can be a lot.
Yeah, and then when the series start off and you don't know how many books are in the series, but you already know that the heroine has 6 siblings, you're like, okay, we're gonna get 6 books. So minimum 6 books. Someone's cousin comes in book number 6,
and then it's their babies, and then it's
it's a spin-off series, and you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Favorite way to read books?
Audio is just more convenient because you can do stuff while you're listening to the audiobook. You can walk around, listen to the audiobook. You can wash the dishes. I don't take a shower and listen to audiobooks, but I would if I could. But,
productive. You need to get that waterproof Bluetooth.
I do. Okay, so I listen to music in the shower. Okay. I have the speaker, but it's just I want time to dance and sing in the shower. I don't need to listen to the book. But physical is when, I guess when I'm reading physical is when I'm depressed because I have to focus.
So you don't have to think or do anything else.
Okay, when I say I'm depressed and I want to kill myself, I actually don't want to. I'm not depressed and I don't want to kill myself. It's just a joke, but kind of not really. But I'm okay. I'm good.
Try to make light of it.
Yeah.
Favorite place to read books?
In my bed, because it's just my back gets sore and I just need to lie down and be a potato.
Mine too. I love my comfy bed. Snacks, sip, or nothing while you read?
So if I eat snacks, it would be you just a clench of a fist and you just shove it into your mouth as I'm eating it. And then it just it's just messy. And then I'm just but I have to finish the whole bag of chips or else I can't continue reading properly, because then it'll always be in my mind that I have a bag of snacks next to me. So I have to eat it very quickly, and then Cheeto dust is on my book, and then I, and then I move on. Yeah. So
How do you fit reading into your schedule?
So basically I do audiobooks, so that definitely helps me a lot.
I know. I feel like that's pretty much the answer that most of us give is like, the only reason why I can read so much is because of audiobooks.
Yeah, literally.
Okay. How many books?
Running.
Just like stuff it up there like little nose screws.
Like a little tampon.
I know. How many books do you read in a week on average?
I can read like 7. But
That's
like
fair.
Very fast audiobook speed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What speed do you listen to audiobooks on?
Like 3.5.
Wow, that's legit. Yeah.
No, that's like, I want to get this book done.
Oh, let's like get this over with.
Yeah.
Favorite book you've read so far this year?
Hold on, let me take a look. I have to think about this because
I know this is hard because we're pretty late into the year. So
no, it's because I haven't read that many good books. And it's like, okay, what am I doing with my life?
It's because you're reading poo books.
That was in the beginning of this year, actually. I started the year off strong with that. Okay, you know what? I scrolled down my list and I found a random book that I gave 5 stars to, but My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey, I liked it. Although I haven't read that one. Say that it's not like objectively a good book because there's a lot of like things that she's doing where I'm like, you're being dumb. Please consult a professional. But like, it's romantic suspense, so it's bound to happen.
Do you have a favorite book of all time?
Yeah, Can You Keep a Secret by Sophie Kinsella. Like, I literally talked about this book so many times. I'm so boring. But yes.
It is Chipmunks or Auctioneers. It's true.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
Like the audiobooks at 3.5 speed. Sounds like Chipmunks. Yeah. What was the last book to give you a book hangover?
Last book that... See, like, that comes to be a problem because... you know, like you don't read enough good books and they just never last in your brain. That like was a good one. Probably like, I'll say, you know what, I'll do like, no, I'm still scrolling. Like, I just can't remember. Like, I just don't have a book. Like, that's actually very sad. It's either I have a very forgetful memory or it's just like the book's never really made
There's not been a good enough book to give you a book hangover.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I can't even tell you. Okay, maybe Truth, Lies, and Second Dates by Mary Janice Davidson. It turned into a romantic suspense novel. I thought it was going to be a romantic comedy novel until I realized that the female pilot, who is our heroine, is forced to return back to her small town because the plane landed in her small town. She thought she can like just pick up and go in a different plane and fly out of there. But then like she got grounded, and then she soon realizes that. So apparently, I didn't know this, but like it was later on exposed to us that her best friend was murdered back in high school in a very gruesome murder, and she was the one that found her body. And then
this was Mary Janice Davidson?
Yes.
Doesn't she usually write rom-coms?
She writes like urban fantasy romance novels and yes, rom-coms. Yes. Or supernatural. So I was just like, what is this? Like, why are we going into detail of her best friend being murdered? And then so she kind of like packed it all away and she moved out of that town because everybody thought that it was her who did it or blamed her for doing it or like whatever. And she didn't want to carry that with her. But then like years later, she comes back as a pilot and then she realizes that she is being targeted and that the killer might be still out there trying to kill her. So yeah.
Wow, that sounds good. I mean, because my only memory of Mary Janice Davidson is her Undead and Unwed series.
Yes.
And then her Fred the Mermaid series.
Yes.
So I'm like, that doesn't sound like something she would write. Is that a newer book?
Yes, it was released. It was released in 2020. It has a 3.47 rating, so not good. But I gave it 4 stars because I loved it. And nobody listens to me. I told Lacey about it. She sold the book. She sold it. She didn't even donate. She sold it for profit. And I was like, damn, she's so smart. But also at the same time, like, geez, borrow it from the library and read it and tell me. She's like, no, thank you. Because she sees the rating and she's like, no way.
Yeah. No one trusts your recommendation.
Yeah, nobody. But it's fine. It's okay. I just have a YouTube channel giving recommendations.
All right. A book to movie or book to TV show? What do you prefer? Or neither, or
book to movie. I don't watch TV shows, so yeah, book to movie.
That's fair. And your current read, the one that you're going to DNF, right?
Yes, Hidden Pictures. Yes, please. God.
What are you planning to read next after you DNF that one?
I'm probably gonna start with some. Okay, so tomorrow marks the first day of October, and I usually try to get all my reading in the first couple of weeks of October because I'm usually free. And then so I'm probably gonna start off with some novellas, and I started reading this author called Kate Hunt, and like I'm reading. So far, I realized that she's a novella author that writes plots in her novellas.
Interesting.
I know. And they're
That's
like,
rare.
there's twists. So I read one called Her Dad's Best Friend. And I don't like those romances where like she falls in love with her boyfriend's dad. But then, or she falls in love with her dad's best friend. Like it just feels weird. But then she did it differently in that book. And I was like, oh, this is nice. This is creative. So I gave it a 4 stars.
Nice. So you're going to read more of her books?
Yes, I will. Yes.
You might have to check her out. What is one of your romance hot takes?
What is my romance hot takes? What is, let me think about
this. A controversial romance thought.
A controversial romance thought.
Yeah.
I think it's okay to call books women's fiction. Like, you know, like the genre, like women's fiction, like people get angry over it because it's called women's fiction. And then I'm like, but it's okay to like label a whole like genre of women's fiction because I feel like that's just a safer place for women to go find novels that they know that they can personally relate to. But that's like not a romance hot take. That's just a book hot take. I think there was a point in my life where I really didn't like enemies to lovers romance because I felt like it was too toxic. And I felt like that was like, it was something that could harm like younger readers who are getting into romance novels because they're looking for these situations and scenarios where a partner might not respect you because of how far the heroes are going with the disrespect, you know? Like, I don't know. There was that part. So sometimes enemies to lovers is bad.
Well, I feel like it's more like bully romances and like so one of the things that I've been thinking about is, you know, people are always like, oh, you're going to be so influenced by this book. Like if you read these taboo romances, you're going to be influenced by it and it's going to make you do these horrible things. It's like, obviously I'm not, I'm smart enough. But part of me does worry, especially with TikTok. I don't know, like with certain people who maybe are, I don't know, are there people who are influenced, like young people who are influenced by that? I think maybe if you're young enough, you might.
I feel like there's just like a lot of impressionable people out there always. It's like, when I was young, I used to get, I think I talked to you about this, but like when I was young, I used to get heavily influenced by the characters and their descriptions of how their beauty is. And like, I'm Asian. We don't have those representations. So I used to like dye my hair orange a lot or red because the heroines that I'm reading in my romance novels are redheads. And I'm like, that's the standard.
Oh my gosh, all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like,
and yet it's 2% of the population. So or 1%.
Exactly. And I'm like, okay, this is the standard beauty. So like, I don't know what young impressionable readers are doing, but you know, and it's a very vulnerable stage that they're in when they're like teenagers because they're just starting out, you know, relationships. And I don't know.
I think that's why trigger warnings are so important, and showing diversity in books is important. And for all of those reasons. All right. Last 2 questions. Your top 3 love interests.
Like in my romance novels?
Top 3. Okay. So the guy from Sophie Kinsella's book, right?
That one.
What's his name?
Jack Harper.
Okay.
Wait, why are you writing them down? What are you doing with this information?
Because it's for the follow-up question.
Like,
2 more.
What's happening right now? I was like, what's happening? What are you doing?
The suspicion.
Who are you going to tell with this information? I don't need anybody to know. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm trying to find the other person's name. So the guy who built the bookshelves. It is Stanford. Right.
Okay, Stanford. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Different.
That's quite a name. Okay.
A spicy name. And then let me look at my shelves. Maybe I'll just pick like the Kiss Quotient. His name.
Oh, what was his name?
Exactly. We do not remember names.
Why? Danny is coming to mind, but I feel like it's wrong.
Danny.
I haven't read it in many years. It's probably not.
Michael Fan.
I knew it was a
Danny. I don't think I'll fall in love with
it was a common name.
Michael Fan.
Okay, last question. Are you ready?
Yes. Oh no, screw me. Okay. I think I would marry Jack Harper because he's rich. Did I mention that he's a CEO of a business?
Oh, get it.
Get it. And she's a secretary. Get it. But not for him. She's just like a glorified secretary.
That's good.
And then I think I'll kill Michael.
Oh no, you're gonna kill Michael?
Oh wait, why would I kill Michael when Michael's sole purpose was to screw? Okay, screw Michael.
I know.
The whole point of Michael was to screw Michael. And I'll kill the bookshop guy.
There you go.
Because Michael can build me, like, can make me dresses because he's a fashion designer. And then he can also try to attempt to make me some bookshelves. Yes.
Yep, there you go. Or
wait,
your
why
husband
am I screwing a guy and having him make me bookshelves and not having Jack?
I feel like that would more be yes, Veronica's right.
What did Veronica say?
Yes.
Yes.
And then also Michael can make you clothes. Exactly.
Yes. It'll be nice. It'll be nice.
Awesome. All right. You made it through, Lisa. You made it through.
Blew my nose like 5-6 times. It's fine. It's okay. My nose is running. It's so cute.
And I feel like you pretty much like quickly answered these questions, and some of them are pretty hard. So I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, but I just used the same book for like 6 of the questions.
Well, that made it easier. It's fine. It's fine. We're not going to talk about that.
It's good. It's good.
Well, thank you everybody for watching. Make sure you subscribe to Lisa, follow her on Instagram, all that good stuff, Goodreads, and thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thank you.
End it here. Bye, everybody. Thank you.